Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm kind of nervous about this one because today I'm actually doing something a little bit different. Today I'm doing a tier list. My first time doing a tier list. I've tried to record some in the past and it hasn't really worked out very well, but I am going to try and do this, and it is a next step tier list of all the different characters from the next step, whether if it's the dancers and the studio owners and stuff like that. I'm very nervous about this one because, as you guys know, the next step is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and this might be one where I might be a little bit biased for some of the characters. I think most of them are either going to be in B or A. I don't think a lot of them will be in S. Like, a fair few of them will be in S, maybe. I don't think, like, the closest that I'll get to the bottom is probably a C or a D. I don't think any of them would be an E or an F. Maybe one or two of them, but that's about it. I'm very nervous about this, so, yeah, let's try this, because I'm very, very nervous about this, so let's do it. So, I can easily scroll down, so we have all the characters here. Now this is from, well, it looks like here it's from Season 1 to Season 6 or Season 5. No. Season 6 it looks like. It looks like Season 6. It doesn't really look like much of Season 7 characters in here. But I am curious to see where all these characters end up, because I think a lot of the Season 5 characters are gonna be a little more lower on the tier list here, but I think, okay, so I think what I'll do is I won't go in order. I'll just kind of mess around with the characters a bit. But this is going to be me just trying to figure out where I'm going to put all the characters. But I think that I need to put... Now, okay, we can start off with Eldon, because I do have reviews of the Next Step seasons and the live movie coming very soon. And also, I do have a video essay I'm writing at the moment of why I love the Next Step. And I do mention that video essay. I will talk about it in depth more when I release that video essay. But Eldon is the most relatable character for me. I don't know if he's the best, but I would definitely put him, because he does do a lot of dumb stuff, which kind of reminds me of me, honestly. But I think that I'll have to put Eldon... Oh, shoot. I want to put him in A. I like how these characters are all the transparent photos. That's better than having the white background. But next, let's go with... God. Okay, what I might do, I might do this from season. So I might do all the Season 1 characters first, and then go into Season 2 and then kind of go that way. But who else is from Season 1 that's here? I don't know why a YouTube video is playing, but anyway. Who else is here? Chloe. Okay. Now, Chloe is a very underrated character for me. I love Chloe. I think that her character is one of the best characters in the series, especially in the first season, where it's like she's losing money, and I do explain this in my reviews that I will be getting into. But I think that the first season Chloe was really good. She is incredible. The whole storyline of her losing money and stuff like that, I think that is a very good storyline for her, and how this, and I like how this series deals with real life issues, and I really like how Chloe's is more the relatable one out of all the characters. Even though Eldon to me is the most relatable character, I think the most relatable story in the next step is Chloe. So I think, again, I don't want to. This is why I don't really do a lot of tier lists. I just wanted to try something different today. But the reason why I don't do a lot of tier lists is because that I would put all of them right up the top because I love them all, right? But I don't want to be biased. But I think I want to put Chloe in A because I think that she's a very, very good character. I don't think she goes in S because she obviously has a bit of money problems, especially in the first two seasons. But I think season 3 is where she actually, like, her story is also very good in season 3, where it's like she's going for the ballet company and she gets in, and I think that's a really good storyline for her in the 3rd season. So I don't want to put her in S because, again, her money issues can't hold her back. But I think that I need to put her behind Eldon. Oh, shoot, that's C. A, there we go. So, who else? I'm just checking any season 1 people. Daniel, okay. Now, I'm not a big Daniel person. Okay, sometimes I like him, sometimes I hate him. I mainly hate him more than I like him. I think that I would have to put him in D. Only because I don't really like him. Not the actor, just the character itself. The character is just like he's most relatable in season 1, but even in season 1, it's like you know that you can't do the helicopter lift because of your ankle. But yeah, so I think he would have to go in probably D. And again, I like Daniel. I think that Daniel is a really good character. Who else is here? Okay, Emily. Okay. This one kind of makes me go like, oh, really? Because all these characters have faults, right? And they should, because that's what makes them so relatable. The only fault with Emily is that she, how do I put it? She's just mean in the first season. Like, even when you hear her reasoning for not liking Michelle in season 5, you understand why she was angry in the first season at Michelle. And especially when, like, there's these things on the next YouTube channel where they basically recap the episodes and stuff. And when they recap excuse me, when they recap the episode when Emily puts Michelle in the back row, when you hear her reasonings for why she got in the back row, you kind of understand, okay, I understand why you're putting her in the back row. But I think that I'll have to put her in between. I think maybe I might put her in between Chloe and Eldon. Up in A. Let's see. There we go. A. There we go. Just switched them around. Okay, there we go. So, next, who do we have? I'm just checking. Okay, Giselle. You see, even this list so far is unfair because we have 3 in A and 1 in D. That's not really good. This is why I didn't really want to do rankings or tier lists, especially when it comes to the shows like this that means so much to me. But Giselle, I think she's not as good as I don't think she's as good as Chloe, but better than Daniel. So I think that I would have to put Giselle in probably B, because to me the best characters are like from B up to S. It's just one of those things where it's like you need to look at the faults of those characters, and Giselle doesn't really have a fault. I guess in season 3 you can count her fault is that at first she doesn't know how to control the team, but even then she grows into one of the best dance captains other than Emily and Michelle, of course, because you wouldn't have the next step without Emily and Michelle leading the dance captain route together. So, I think I'm trying to go for season 1 characters. Okay. It looks like that the next one one's James. Okay. So, we still have a few more to go before we get to Riley. But even though that Eldon is my reliable character and one of my favorites, I think James is better than Eldon. I think that because the best part to me, my favorite relationship out of the whole show, even though I do like Eldon and Michelle's and Emily and Eldon's relationship and like Piper and Finn and all these characters, right? The one that I always keep coming back to is James and Riley, because that's one of the reasons why you watch that show, is to watch all the storylines develop. And the one that keeps happening the most, even through their falls, is James and Riley. They carry their characters and the storylines throughout the seasons, like especially from season 1 to season 4, because in season 1, season 4, well, 2 there anyway, season 1, like, Eldon breaks up with Emily, basically the last episode of the season. Eldon and Michelle break up, like, somewhere maybe I want to say the 10th episode of the second season, maybe a little bit before that. So you have all these, like, obviously, the one that survives through season 3 and even to season basically 6 is Eldon and Talia. But even then, you're like, okay, that one was the one that sticks, but these other two, you basically broke them off in a season after having Eldon hit on Emily basically the whole first season, and then realised they liked Michelle more, and then you broke them up in basically the first 10 episodes of the season. But James and Riley stick together throughout the whole series, and you love their relationship no matter if James did something or Riley did something. You are still going like, come on, fix your relationship. You guys can do this. So I think James, because it's hard to do this because I'm trying to find reasons to put them in the top spot. So I think James is better than Eldon's. I have a feeling that I need to put James in S because I love James. I love James's character. I think that he's really good. Now, who's next? Okay, Miss Kate. Let's do Miss Kate. Miss Kate is one of the best studio heads in the next step. Well, probably the best. I do like Emily and Michelle and what they did with the Next Step Studio in seasons 5, 6, and 7. Well, you can't really count season 7 because Michelle leaves the first episode of that. But basically, seasons 5 and 6 are really good for Michelle and Emily in there, right? But even before then, season 1 to basically the first few episodes of season 4, Miss Kate is very great at her job. She's very understanding, and she wants the kids to follow their dreams, even though that she might be heartbroken that they don't want to stay at the studio anymore. But she's very understanding of why they're doing the things that they're doing. So I think that I have a feeling that Miss Kate needs to go maybe behind Emily and in front of Chloe, I'm thinking. Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna put her behind Eldon. Because Eldon is a very reliable character for me, and I think that she deserves that spot behind Eldon. Okay, so next up. Who do we have next? I'm just checking all the characters from season 1. Okay, it looks like next is Michelle. Okay, so Michelle. I love Michelle. She's great, obviously. She's great in all these seasons, like from season 1 all the way up to the first episode of season 7. She's great in the show. I think that she needs to go because like Emily and Michelle to me are like bread and butter when it comes to their relationship, especially when it comes to later seasons. Because the first few seasons they're all like bickering and fighting, but when it comes to season 5, well, I guess season 5. When it gets to season 5 and they become studio heads together, that's where the bread and butter part of their relationship comes. And Emily even says, when Michelle's leaving, when you find someone that's the opposite of you, that makes them a perfect match, is basically what she says. And I think that is pretty much summarized their whole relationship and how I feel about them. You can't have an Emily without Michelle, and you can't have a Michelle without an Emily. So I think that I feel like that this list is all wrong, but I can easily change it. We can do last minute touches on the season 1 characters after, but I think that Michelle needs to go but maybe behind Miss Kate and in front of Emily, I think. Because okay, so that's A there. But yeah, I think that is probably the best for her. Because, like, again, a lot of these OG characters are going to be like right at the top because they're good characters. It's just some of the like, I will have reviews for each of the seasons coming soon, but I think that the only problem with the next step in general is just the way that they do some of the awkward moments, and like they need to have awkward moments, like again, but yeah. So next, what was after Michelle? Okay, I think next is... Okay, next is Riley. Okay. So Riley, to me, she needs to go with James. Because again, she's my favourite out of the ladies in the show. Because I think that she's one of the most relatable, because like, she is like basically she's what every boy would do, especially when we get to season 4. Like, you relate to Riley and James and their relationship and the stuff that happens in that relationship. So I think that she needs to go in S with James. Like, I think that helps. So, no, not in C, damn it. Yeah, I'll put her behind James. Why not? I think... Okay, who's next? I'm actually kind of curious. After that... Okay, Stephanie. I think Stephanie... Like, in the first season, she's good. But I think when it gets to the second and third season of the next step, that's where she becomes not very great. Not that she's the worst character in those seasons, but I just think that she's one of those weaker characters, because you understand where she's coming from in the first season, but then in the second and third season, it's like they took a right turn with her character. So I think that she needs to go, I think, in C. Again, when we're done with the season 1 characters, I can switch them around and then we'll go into season 2. I don't want to do... I don't want to do this for a long time because I want to do other videos. But, yeah, so I think that's where I'll put Stephanie. Alright, so guys, that's all I'll do for today. This is part 1 of the next step. Tier ranking. I will finish off some stuff in the next part. It's just that my screen recording from my computer stopped, and that's fine with me. But yeah, so guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Also hit the little bell icon to notify future videos I make, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.